is Ishita Patelia, and today we are going to discuss about a topic that is called depression. Before starting my video, I hope you all are safe at home, stay safe. Okay, we see the figures of depression, that how many people in the country are depressed or suffering from depression. 264 million people are suffering from depression. Even in the list of countries suffering from depression, in top 5, India ranks unfortunately at the 5th rank. I will list somewhere over here in the video the name of top 5 countries. Okay, depression is a simple term if you think, but it has very deep meaning. Not going theoretically, in simple terms, depression means feeling very low. You don't feel to face the world, you just want to sleep, you want to cry a lot, aloud. Coronavirus is going on, many people will feel depression or are depressed right now at their home. What you will think that, okay, coronavirus is going on, what if I will test positive? What if coronavirus affects me? What will I do at home the whole day? This all things comes in our mind, and then we go on a path for depression. In this period when this lockdown is going on, we frequently changed our habits, like food habits, sleeping habits. It will all affect our mindset and our thinking. We'll start overthinking it. First of all, there are some remedies or solutions to control our overthinking or stop the way on going to depression. First is watch news as much as you can digest. Don't watch news the whole day, it will affect your mind for sure. Second is take regular sleep. It's not that you stay awake late till midnight and then wake up late in the morning. Make your sleeping schedule very well. Take foods properly. Don't eat junk foods. Okay, you are not eating junk foods right now, it's not available, but then also don't change your food habits. Take foods regularly 3 times a day. That is obviously we all are taking. Don't change it. If you will change all these habits, it will affect your mind, and frequently you will start feeling very low, very depressed, and then yes, obviously you will get into depression. What I wanted to convey that in this time when this coronavirus is going on, everyone is staying at home with their family. So you also stay at home with your family without thinking anything. Just enjoy this time. If you will think a lot, you will feel very low. You will feel depressed. We don't want to take much time on this topic because it's a very vast subject if we start talking on it. I just want one thing. Take everything regularly, like food, sleep. Don't watch news the whole day. Just watch the news for information. Just for information, nothing else. All like my video. Thank you for watching my video. Stay home, stay safe.
My name is Khushi Jasani and my topic is developing a quality called patience. Now we are all sitting in this lockdown period, and if we count the negative aspects of this period, they are going to be more than just what our fingers could count. But a thought struck into my head that I have developed the quality of patience in past few days. Strange but true. Let me explain. I am not getting infuriated due to the heat of the stove when I am standing in the kitchen and helping mom, which in routine I used to get very irritated and very angry. As I don't have to rush anywhere and reach somewhere at this point, I am more calm and handling with things clearly. Also, I am listening to my mom's stories of how she used to just comb my hair when I was young with a big smile on my face and not stressing over 100 things which I usually used to do when we were not in these crucial times. I have realized in some or the other way that the only way we can deal with this pandemic is by staying calm and keeping our heads cool. If everything is good in the mental space around here, everything around us will also be good. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Rati and I am here to share you on a concept of hope. Why hope is important. At certain time, life becomes difficult. Many obstacles come into our life affecting our happiness. Having goal is not important, or it's not just enough. It's important to keep getting closer and closer to those goals by navigating the bumps on the road. Hope allows people to set their mindset and strategy to eventually achieve the final route to success. According to research, it is found that hope leads to learning goals, which are conducive to growth and improvement. People with learning goals are actively engaged in their learning, constantly planning strategies to meet their goals and monitoring their progress to stay on a track. A growing body of research is finding that students with a high level of hope get better grades and graduate at high rates than those with a lower level. And the presence of hope is in a student is better predictor of grades and class ranking than those of standardized test scores. One of the study found that people with high hope experience less anxiety in general and specific relation to test situation. Researchers are learning that mindset has the power to alter neurochemistry. Belief and expectation, the key element of hope, can block pain by releasing the brain's endorphins. It is a gland in our body and our mind. In some cases, hope can also have important effect on fundamental processes, psychological process, that is respiration, circulation, and in many other motor functions in our body. So at last, I would like to end up my speech that it's up to you what you want to choose, hopeless and or endless hope. I repeat, what you want to choose, it's up to you, endless hope or hopeless end. Thank you for listening me.
Hello everyone, this is Aditi here. I am here to share or discuss about one of the essential and important virtue of humankind. That's kindness. So I'll start in Hindi that there's saying kar bhala to ho bhala. Right? We all are much familiar with this saying that when you do good for somebody, something good will happen to you too. So doing good for somebody without expecting anything in return or without expecting any favor in return, that's kindness. Kindness is a humanitarian act that gives us satisfaction and happiness. Even our ancestors and elder ones have taught us to be kind to the people around us. So I may not be wrong if I say kindness is a contagious act. Like a small act of kindness will lead other peoples to do kindness activities. An act of kindness will never go waste, as people will always remember you, that how you made them feel by being kind to them. So even we cannot imagine world without kindness and humanity, right? So without kindness and humanity, the world will be full of people with being careless and selfish peoples. So take responsibility. Start teaching and preaching wherever and whenever possible to those who are being cruel to you, even to your enemies. Start being kind to them. It might change them. So we have a choice here to experience the short-term satisfaction by retaliating them or by being generous, graceful, or kind to those even we dislike. So even Bible has taught us that give food to your enemy if they are hungry, offer water to your thirsty enemy, and God or Lord will reward you in a great manner. Kindness is act of being proactive, not reactive. So dealing cruelty with kindness will tell your enemies that you are not allowing them to power over you. So your enemies want to create tension for you by being cruel or unkind to you. So always give them an answer with kindness, or tell them to be kind, or do not retaliate them. They only want to be, they want you to be shy away or not dealing the situation with kindness. They want you to deal the situation with the same manner by retaliating like them. So yes, I would like to end up here with the quote that kindness makes you the most wonderful person of the world, no matter what you look like. So yes, kind words do not cost much, but yet they accomplish much. So that's all I've got to say here. Thank you for listening. Be happy, be kind.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, My name is Hitvina Aryani and I'm a student of J.H. Baluria Women's College. Today, I would like to speak about education and the change it needs. Yes. Now, what do you think that does it need a change? Yes. Very big yes. Now, why yes? It is because we, the educated class of India, are not knowing the difference between being educated and acting educated. Yes, now this educated class thinks that we are going to schools, we have very big degrees, and we are educated. No, that's not an education. Education means when you actually successfully apply whatever you have learned in reality. Yes. Now, as soon as you know that you should water a plant, make it nurture, and make it grow, right? While knowing that you don't water a plant for its growth, you are not educated. Why? Because you have not applied your education in reality. This is the main thing which is lacking in our entire system, and that's why our entire system needs a very huge change. That application part of education is very important, and which is in lack in system. So our system really needs a change. Now moving further, I would like to show a picture which is very familiar to all of us. Yes, this is a picture that, what does this picture say? That everybody has to give the same examination for a fair selection. That if you ask an elephant or a fish or a rat or a monkey to climb a tree to assess them, is it fair to them? No. This is the same thing which is happening with our own selves. That we all are said to given a same examination to assess ourselves. That's not fair to anybody, because many of are interested into sports, someone is interested into designing, someone is interested into painting. So how can you ask to give a same examination to assess them? That's not fair to anybody. This is the need that is to be changed in our school systems and our education systems. So let me process now what am I deriving at. Let's process the whole thing. That first, everybody has to learn every day. Then they'll develop a passion in that particular area and they might get educated for that particular area. Then the main part comes that I concentrate upon is application of that education, right? And the apply after getting educated about that patient, you apply that education in reality and you'll get successful. So this is the process which, yes, first step is learning, second passion, third comes education about that passion, fourth application of that education, and the fifth is successfully you will get success in that particular field. So this is the thing that should be done. And what is happening in reality is, in reality, no process is followed. We just go to school, we come back from school. I have 10th class degree, I have 12th class degree, and no process is followed actually. We just go with the flow. And the bad part comes that success is measured only in grades in India, which is the very worst thing. Success can't be measured in grades at all. All the talented stars have their own talent. You can't measure that in grades. At the end, what will we achieve if we follow the process of education? We will get best doctors, best engineers, best painters, best photographers, and best everybody. A best nation and a best India. We will get our one level in world stage. This is the main thing that should be changed, that application of education is must. So on that note, looking at a very bright future of India, thank you so much.
Hi everyone, myself Aditya Krupa and I'm going to tell you all 3 ways to become successful in your life. So let's get started. Towards success is know what you want, set goals, but your goals must be realistic. If you have no goals, then for what you will work? Nothing. So wake up and ask yourself what you want to be in your life. Second step towards success is when you stretch, you grow. When you stretch, you grow. Actually, we don't know about our limits, about our potentials. Actually, we believe that I cannot do that, I cannot do this, but that is not the thing. We can do everything. Yes, everything. Nothing is impossible. We can do everything. When you stretch your limit will expand. The thing is, you have to chase your limits, and further, the expanded limit will further expand when you stretch it more. Just the thing is that you have to chase your limits. I surely tell you that when you stretch your limits, you will expand, you will grow, and surely you will achieve your goal.
Step towards success is measure your efforts. You should measure your efforts. It is said that anything you cannot measure, you cannot improve.